Hi, welcome to another session. Today we're going to do some fun vocabulary. English may not have been fun to learn, particularly vocabulary, because you've been giving yourself long lists of words that are not very interesting and you're just trying to memorize them. English can be fun, so today we want to share with you some fun English vocabulary. They're easy to remember because they rhyme or they have an interesting sound, so when you actually use them, you will have fun using them and people will enjoy hearing them. They will just, after with a little bit of practice, they will just roll off the tip of your tongue. So you're going to have a lot of fun. So words that fall into this category are words, as we say, they're called reduplicated, or they've been brought into the English language by reduplication. Words such as Georgie Porgy, Tootsie Wootsie, Razzle Dazzle, Heebie Jeebies, Walkie Talkies, Nitty Gritty, Mumbo Jumbo, Humdrum, Zigzag. These are all examples of fun words that have been brought into the English language by reduplication. Reduplication is that the words have been put together from other words or parts of words, but made to sound very interesting. They catch your attention when you use them, and the listener kind of enjoys them and gets a kick out of hearing them. So these are very, very interesting and useful words. You're all familiar with the combination walkie-talkie. Well, maybe you're too young, but when we were growing up, walkie-talkie was a lot of fun. Nowadays, the only people using walkie-talkies are policemen and security guards. Those tiny little things with a little antenna. People just talk to each other on them. When we were kids, we had a great time. We would go to our neighbor's house, maybe in the next house, and we would talk to them on the walkie-talkie. We thought, wow, that's really neat. Words like mumbo jumbo. Do you know what's mumbo jumbo? Mumbo jumbo is if you go to a meeting and you didn't understand anything that the people were talking about, and you say, someone says, well, what did you think of the meeting? And you say, it's a lot of mumbo jumbo to me. Mumbo jumbo means couldn't understand a thing. It was very confusing. It was just kind of a mess for me. If you go somewhere like a restaurant and it doesn't make you feel comfortable and your partner says to you, so what do you think? You want to stay? No, I really don't want to stay. This place gives me the heebie-jeebies. Gives me the heebie-jeebies. Scares me. If you go to a nightclub or if you go to a circus or if you go to a show and there's lots of bright lights and flashing things, and you say, wow, what a lot of razzle-dazzle. Razzle-dazzle. Very good word. If on the other hand you go have an ordinary job and someone asks you, how's your life? You would say it's very humdrum. Humdrum means very ordinary. You just go to work, go home and sleep, and you go to work again. That's very, very humdrum. Okay, so let's get a little deeper into these words, and I'm going to give you some new words now to start. Words like arty-farty. Arty-farty. So you know what arty is. Arty means related to art. Farty, of course, is kind of a impolite way of talking about passing wind. So if you farted, it means you passed wind. So this combination of words is very interesting. It's a very sophisticated word, arty, and farty is kind of not a very nice word. It's kind of almost like swearing. It's kind of like cursing. But you put a nice sophisticated word like arty with the word farty, and what it means is very interesting. It means you say someone is very arty-farty. It means they look at things in a very artistic way. They look at things from their beauty and their design. They're very arty-farty. They're kind of like not in this world. They're kind of in another world of art. What about chick flick? Do you know what is a chick flick? A chick flick, a chick in English is a girl or a lady. A flick is a movie. So if you put them together, it's a chick flick. It's a film that has been produced specifically for a female or a women's audience. Chick flick. Chock-a-block. Chock-a-block means something that's very full. We don't have any room for any more. That's chock-a-block. In America, there's a very, very famous brand of coffee called Chock full of nuts. Chock full of nuts. And it's kind of coffee. You can buy it in a can in the supermarket. And it means chock full of flavor, lots of flavor. Similar to chock-a-block. Fuddy-duddy. What's a fuddy-duddy? Fuddy-duddy is usually kind of a stuffy, old-fashioned person, someone who's very stuck in their ways. Sometimes you even call them an old fuddy-duddy. And the last one we want to share with you today is hanky-panky. Hanky-panky is kind of mischief when you're up to no good. We say, hey, what kind of hanky-panky are you up to? In the sexy way, when you're talking about sex-related, you would say it, so when the lights went out, was there any hanky-panky? Okay, so that's all we have for you today. These are the fun words that we wanted you to learn. But before we go, I want to clarify one thing. There's a difference between fun and funny. English learners quite often confuse the two. Someone sent me an email once, one of my students said, Herbert, we would like you to come to our party because we think it would be funny. And I was thinking, if I come to the party, why would it be funny? And then they realized their mistake, and a few minutes later they said, sorry, sir, we meant it would be fun. So don't confuse funny with fun. Okay, that's the end of our session. Look forward to seeing you again soon. Bye for now.